I want to thank everyone for tuning in to The Truth with Trinity. I am your host, Trinity, and without further ado, I'd like to jump into this episode's topic, which is the price tag on the black female. So, this message goes out to all my sisters, and especially my younger generation of sisters out there that are our tomorrow. And the reason why it's because it's become so acceptable for women to exchange their body for money. And a lot of our sisters are unaware of the effects that it has on them physically and psychologically. I want to start off by saying that although as a woman your value should be priceless, so there shouldn't be a price tag on your body, no matter what it is, okay? No matter how much money it is. And many women will proclaim this. So they'll say out loud that their body isn't worth any money. You'll hear them say it with their mouth. But what are some of our sisters doing behind closed doors? So when no one's looking, that's referring to integrity. And some are open about doing it. They're open on social media. They're open, amongst talking about it amongst their friends and even performing on stage acts of, performing sexual acts for money. Okay? But why do some women accept money for sex? Perhaps some females may feel justified in a man paying for the sexual impulses they have yet to master as a woman. So there's many variables that go, into why a woman charges for sex. Okay, but some of it is because some women can't control their own sexual impulses, and then they expect a man to pay for it with money or gifts. Okay, so I encourage the young females to practice discipline over their own bodies. And maybe subconsciously, some women feel as though marriage is too high of a bar to achieve. So they perform certain acts for money. You hear some females, which there may be a small group of females that really don't want to be married. Okay. But then you have a large group of females, though. They'll say, oh, I don't want to be married. I don't want to be married, but they're steadily having sex for money. And I find this to definitely be an issue, especially within our community, because you'll hear of so many, especially black sisters being accused of arguing with a man. And I think sometimes the arguments happen in these type of scenarios because the black woman is feeling robbed. She's robbing herself out of what she truly wants. Okay, so she may be getting money out of a man and she may be getting little presents, but she's arguing with this guy for attention that she's not getting, because just because he's giving you money doesn't mean he's going to give you what you really want. And that's why it's very important for you as a woman and a young lady to determine which one is more valuable to you. A man who truly cares about you, or a man that'll just throw you money. Okay? If a man or men, so that one's singular and one's plural, okay, can get you to act a certain way just to get paid, he will think, what else can he persuade you to do for the right amount of money? Okay, so this goes kind of into like selling your soul, so your morality, and things of that nature. Some guys, will feel like, hey, if I can pay her to do this A, B, and C, if I add extra money, will I be able to get her to do X, Y, and Z? Okay. Many women have fell into the trap of doing things against their morals. Okay, so some women lack morality, and some actually have lost their morals, things that they hold to be true, what they consider right and wrong. They have lost a sense of it at times, trying to chase money from a guy. Okay, so if they are offering you what you consider a large amount of money against what you feel is right, will you go against your own self just to obtain that money? Okay, and if there's any young sisters listening, I want to say that your body is not to be used as commodity. Okay, so what I mean by commodity is your body is not to be in exchange for certain gifts and things. It's not to be used as an exchange for like promotions from men. Okay, so like at a job or some type of deal. So you shouldn't use your body for those type of things. Like I said, for money, for drugs, or even validation. Okay. Many young women, especially those that grew up without a father, may relate a man giving up money for love. Okay, so, you know, not to say that this can't happen with girls who grew up with a father, but it definitely happens a lot of times with girls who grow up without their father because they've never seen a father or a male growing up really showing them, care other than, sex, separating that. Just caring for them for who they are. So they have a big void. And a lot of times, they fill that void with thinking, like, hey, if a man gives me money, he must love me. And that's just not the truth. I believe it is because they have a difficult time distinguishing if a man loves them or not. Okay, like I said, that kind of goes into growing up without a father in the home. But I am here to explain to you that a man can give you money and purchase presents for you and still not care for you. And I think a lot of young ladies need to hear this, and maybe even older women. Just because a man will offer you a present, that goes for people in life in general. It doesn't have to be referring to just a man. Just because someone gives you a present does not mean that they care about your well being. Okay, they care about if you're sick or not. If you're doing well, if they want, do they want the best for you? Are they for you as an individual? Just because a man buys you presents and gives you money does not mean that he, has any respect, love, or care for you. And I think that this has left many women confused. And as a result, many children have been produced from this kind of transaction slash relationship. Therefore, the children sometimes end up being a source of semi permanent source of income. And what I mean by that is a lot of times these relationships slash transactions, they don't last. Okay, and they definitely don't last as long as a lot of times the female wants it to last, especially if he's dishing out bread. So I think children are a result at some of these situations. And because she no longer has that close proximity to the male, she ends up using the children at times to garner money from the man. Okay, and that becomes like a semi permanent source of income. Some women may end up developing feelings for the individual man, but once you have shown a man that you will perform sexually for money, it will be extremely difficult for him to see you in any other way. Okay, so once you have performed sexually for a guy, and it's natural for you to develop feelings. Okay, and he's not reciprocating those same feelings back. Okay, and then you get upset. Okay, and the thing is, once a guy sees you in that light, once he has categorized you as some woman that will lower herself or give him what he wants just for presents and money, it's going to be hard for him to take you serious for anything else. And I think that's how, as young women and talking to young black women out there, I think sometimes that's how we rob ourselves of what we truly want inside. And I believe that's why it's very important for you to be very honest with yourself and what you truly want, and stick to that path and don't cross the two paths up. And lastly, I want to give a little bit of advice to the young sisters out there. Number one, your goal shouldn't be a man's empty money, but a secure relationship full of love and commitment. So it shouldn't be your number one goal shouldn't be to get that bag from a man, get that money. It should be how to secure a relationship full of commitment if he commits and loves you. Okay. Number two, your reputation means a lot. Okay, it means the world. So if word spreads around that you will perform for money, it will get around to other men and people quickly, okay? So if the word gets around, hey, she sleeps around for money, she's easy, all you gotta do is get her a present, get her a pair of shoes, get her a purse, and she'll go with you sexually. This gets around rather quickly. Number three, Never be afraid just to say no thank you. Okay? So even if a guy offers, hey, if you go to bed with me, I will get you this, I will get you a car, I will get you whatever, it's okay to say no thank you. Okay? Number 4, never allow your body to be bought for a price. For 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 20 states, "You were bought with a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies." That pretty much concludes this episode. It's been a pleasure talking with you all. If you have any questions or suggestions, you can contact me at thetruthwithtrinity.com. You can also listen to my podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Anchor. And always remember, if you can't tell the truth with anyone else, you can with Trinity. Till next time, take care.